this is the thing that my wife helped me understand a few years ago when I was kind of feeling around for things to do. And actually, every time you try to do things that you don't love, you don't do so great at. And the thing you love the most is data. Databases, that's, you probably talk about data in your sleep half the time. So just go do more data stuff. And of course I took it literally, and so I wound up doing a data startup in payments, and a data startup in medicine and fertility, and a data-driven investment thing with HBF, and a data-driven incubation of ideas. So data is ultimately what it's all about for me. I love it. I've always had fascination with it. More information that I could fit into my head was a metaphor for what I wanted most.
You're one of those kids that tried to read the entire encyclopedia.
Yes, matter of fact, I have read many encyclopedias in my time, and I enjoy it, and I still do.
You actually spoke to Colleen about failure driving success. Mm-hmm. What's your best failure story, and what have you learned from it?
I have so many. It's almost fun.
I like the Peter Thiel leaving in the car one, but I don't know if it's a failure.
It's not a failure. That's a failure of judgment on my part. Don't leave a car light on if you have a spare battery. I think the biggest, and I don't think there's a lesson to be learned, unfortunately, but to riff on that question, the most important genetic signature, although it's not really what it is, of an entrepreneur, the way you can tell you are an entrepreneur versus not, is beyond the sort of sense, I don't want to work for anybody, I want to work for myself, I want to start a company, like all that stuff is kind of obvious. That's the door, the entry fee. The way you sort of find out if you're really cut out for this sort of thing, there's many low points. There's many points when you go, oh, that's a failure. Like, I've really just blown this one. The opportunity was there and it's gone. And sometimes the right answer is, no, it's not. I'm just going to keep hammering because, this is my head and that's the wall, and I'm going to beat my head against it until the wall cracks. And sometimes it's your head that cracks and you find out you're wrong. And the judgment that allows you to say, I will push more than anyone else expects me to or expects themselves to, but not to the point where the head actually does crack and you're burnt down or you're done or you have to just quit being an entrepreneur, or maybe that's what drives you. That's the sort of the ultimate test. Do you know when to quit? Can you recognize failure at the level of this visceral knowledge? You never know what exactly to quit. You could run out of money, but you could borrow some money. You could run out of steam, but you can revitalize yourself by going for a long bike ride. So that's the thing that I think I've learned over the years finally is I think I kind of know when I've busted my hand and when I haven't. But I don't think you can teach it. I don't know if that's even a skill versus something that you develop over time.
It's also probably subjective.
Probably. I've certainly decided that I figured it out for myself. I'm now, which the one call to the max of 20 years ago would have been take more risk. Like when you're that young, you have absolutely nothing to lose. You also have the